Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Wi-Fi network configuration with Ruijie. My name is Vladimir Ortega. I'm a pre-post sales engineer from EPCOM, and today we're going to discuss all the things related to this to our brand, Ruijie, all the network devices, gateways, access points, and switches, all the configuration with Wi-Fi. So I see that there are two people in the session. I don't know if you are hearing me well. Please raise your hand just to double check. If you can hear me well, I don't know if you guys can raise your hand just to confirm that everything goes okay. Let's keep like a couple or maybe 5 minutes to wait for people that maybe are going to join today. Okay, I have confirmation that everything is okay. Everybody is listening. So let's start with our today's webinar. So in order to perform this, all the practices that we have planned for today, I suggest you to create or just to download the Ruijie app on Google Play, App Store, or even if you have a Huawei cell phone, the app gallery, and then create an account. You need to confirm your account via email. And as soon as the account is confirmed, you can log in into the application, and then I will suggest you to scan the QR code. What is the purpose of this QR code? It's just to have like a demo project. So I have here my backpack with me. They have some devices in there, and I can do it physically. But if you don't have the devices, you can also always do the same configuration and test the same features through the demo project. So I will try just to show you how you scan the QR code. Just give me a second. Okay, if you are seeing my screen, I have here my Ruijie application open, and it's just to go here and do a scan and just scan the QR code. It's going to be easy. A demo project is going to be available until the end of today. So I will give you like a couple of minutes to do this, and then we can continue. Okay, I hope that you were able success into downloading the application and just scanning the QR so the QR code so we can start right now. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about Ruijie. Ruijie is a brand, a network device, a network brand located in Asia, in China specifically. They are one of the top networking vendors from China, and we do all the things related or all the stuff related to devices like switches, access point, gateways, routers, even firewalls. Uh, this is not new. Ruijie is a brand that has been here for the last 20 or 22 years. We are new in America. We started business of, let's say, 5 years ago in 2019. And just to give a, like, a quick catch up or brief, Ruijie has more than 60 branches of globally, more than 7,000 employees. We have more than 20,000 global partners. And at these days, or right now, we are covering business in more than 55 countries. This is a bit of information. We come with 7 R&D centers in China. So that means that we every day are improving the operations and just providing new products and new features. And we have 2 operation centers in Beijing and Fuzhou. This is located in China. From the total revenue that the past year was $1 billion, we invest 16% of that revenue into R&D. 30% of that revenue invested on R&D is invested in frontier research. So that means that we're improving the products and offering new solutions and creating new solutions. And 50% of our employees are working in R&D centers. This is really important because you are going to be exist some kind of warranty that there's some people working in background to provide new features and to solve issues and to make new designs and solutions for customers. So we're leading in the manufacturing capability and qualification. So we come with several certifications regarding ISO. We have 23 production lines in the product base. That means that we're not going to run out soon of any product that you need. We're fully plenty. We have plenty stock. The quality assurance is one of the top testing equipment that we have nowadays. So we come with ISO now 9001, 20000, 14001, 27001, 22301, and other certification like the CMMI 5. Uh, Ruijie is a trusted networking brand by top global customers. So let's say that we have some specific cases in here. We have Alibaba that is widely commonly known worldwide. Their data center is working with our products. We have the Hushua Hotel Group. This is a hotels group change located in Asia that their products that are their network infrastructure is based on Ruijie. ByteDance, this is really popular because it's the data center behind TikTok. So we provide all the devices for them. Something that is remarkable is the DHL Express office that is located in Hong Kong. All the access point and PoE switches are based in our brand. Tencent, that is the data center behind WeChat, that is the similar option to WhatsApp, not only worldwide, but this works in China, it's based in Asia. The data center or their data centers are working with our products. And we have another success stories like the Manila Smart City, 6,000 access point for Wi-Fi public access. This is really awesome. We have the Pegasus Planet Hotel in Turkey. This is a resort that is located there. All the Wi-Fi access for customers and guests is based in our solutions. And we even have the KMIDS school. This is a famous international school in Thailand. And we also provide all the network infrastructure talking about Wi-Fi access points, and switches for this school. So let's go into the cloud. Let's talk something about the cloud, and is that our products are fully managed on the cloud. So let's say that cloud is the future. We offer lifetime free unlimited cloud for our SMB businesses or products. Uh, it's compliant with totally certify and other certification and other compliance standards because it's based on GCP. It's running over Google Content Provider. So we call it Ruijie Cloud. We provide unlimited capacity platform. So our configurations are based in projects and scenarios, and you can have as many as you want. You can have as many projects as you want, as many devices as you want. You don't have to pay anything. There is no license for this. It's license free. So as soon as you buy uh, some device, you are going to be you will have the right to onboard in there, and it's going to be free. It's lifetime free. It provides enterprise grade features. Well, we provide some kind of easy maintenance, so you don't have to be worried into moving stuff. Or maybe, let's say, doing upgrades to the platform itself, not the device, just the platform itself, because that is taken care by the R&D department in Asia. And since we are hosted in GCP, we provide 99.99% of availability. So we have some regions, Americas region, Asia regions, Europe region. So you don't need to be really worried about if something fails in one particular region. All the data and the tenants and the accounts are going to be available 99.99%. This was deployed since 2014. Nowadays, we have 12 million networking devices operating there, 1.1 million users served until these days, and we're serving in more than 70 countries. This is really awesome because we have presence in each continent. So if you do the sum, seven plus 7 countries worldwide, it's going to be like a data or a number that will give you some confidence on the people that is using this application and the devices around worldwide. So let's go approach more to the proof of case, right? Proof of concept. Let's say this is something that makes the difference against other competitors. How long it takes to configure such a network? Let's say that we have a gateway, a router, or a switch, and a couple of access points. In the days, we used to have to configure the gateway, put all the VLANs in there, maybe some policies, then configure the switch, the VLANs, the SBIs, the permissions, ACL, and then connect the access devices like the access point and configure SSIDs, tie up to VLANs. It was such a nightmare. It was kind of hard in the previous days to make this deployment, right? Um, let's say that maybe this could take you hours. If you use like a multi-vendor, it was really a nightmare to do this because you need to do several configurations in order to connect all the devices. But nowadays with Ruijie, this is going to be really easy for you because it will not take more than 3 minutes. When the network is so big with several devices on it, a bunch of devices, it will not take more than 3 minutes. In some cases, it takes like 10 or 15 seconds, no more than that. We have a proprietary protocol that we call SON, self-organizing network, that makes all the devices discoverable against inside the network. So as long as they are Ruijie devices, they are going to be discoverable. And then we can start the configuration. So in order to do that, let's move to the backpack. That is the purpose of today. I have my backpack here. It's the same model. We have like a gateway. It is this one act as a router. I have like a ceiling access point, a wall access point, really common in hotels and office, and a PoE switch. If you're saying it's like a 5-port switch, but provides like a VLANs and is cloud managed. So this is really convenient, right? So if we were saying here, we have like an RGAG 105G version 2. This is my gateway, supports up to 100 users, provides 600 megabits of throughput, provides application control, port authentication, and is a scenario-based config. Most of our devices are based on A scenarios. We have our switch, it's cloud managed, works well with NPRs, mostly for CCTV deployments. It's really sweet to do that. You can remove ports. It provides like an anti-loop features, and all our products comes with 3-year warranty. We have here the access point ARP 2260G. It's cloud managed, provide Wi-Fi 6. We are going to release soon Wi-Fi 7 devices. Provides 2 giga Ethernet LAN ports, and it's capable of doing layer 2 and layer 3 roaming. And we have this tiny access point that is for wall purposes. That is the ARP 1200F. It's cloud and AP managed, supports MU and MIMO. It provides like a good throughput at an N11 end price, and it also does layer 3 and layer 2 roaming. What is interesting of this device is that you are going to power it via PoE, but we have a fast Ethernet port here, and you are not going to lose the capability. So let's say that this access point is installed on a routed room. You're not going to lose the feature of connect and VoIP IP phone over there in the room, because it's going to be also powered by the access point. So let's get real quick into the proof of concept. Like I mentioned before, I have here my backpack. So let's do a real quick configuration. You can follow up with me with the application if you downloaded it previously and you scan the QR code. So let me show you how this works. It's really easy. You're going to love it. Okay. Okay, it's connected. So what I'm going to do is just to go in here into a project and create a project. So it's asking me, how do you want to add these devices? So there are two ways. Basically, is to scan a QR code that is printed on the device and also the boxes that come with the device, or just to put the serial number. That is not the fastest way. But if you have an access point deployed in the infrastructure, it's going to be really easy for you, because as soon as you connect it by default, they are going to broadcast an SSID based on the MAC address. So I'm going to configure it that way. So I click here on yes, I have an SSID. And what I'm going to do, I think that maybe the broadcast is going to be paused for a second, because I have to connect here on my iPad to the SSID. So as you are seeing here, there is the SSID broadcast by Ruijie. So it's based on the MAC address of the device. So I click it here. I'm seeing it here on my iPad. I think that is going to take some seconds to reconnect with this application. So just let me check. Okay, seems like I have to reconnect the broadcast application. Okay, I think that it's reconnecting. There you go. Sorry for that. Okay, so if we go into settings, okay, it's connected. My gateway and all my setup has internet access. What I'm going to do is just to click here and go back to the Ruijie application. You need to be logged in before to do that. And this is what I'm saying is, after Wi-Fi Ruijie is sent, a self-organizing network zone is completed. What I was telling to you guys, we have this protocol that is the self-organizing network protocol, is going to discover all the devices. So let's click on store. And it's really easy because it didn't take more than 2 seconds. So it's deploying me all the network infrastructure, right? So we have our EG105G PoE base is our gateway. We have our switch, it's a tiny switch, an easy switch 205 GCP with PoE capabilities as well. We have the ARP 2260G, that is our ceiling access point, and we have our ARP 1261, that is our wall access point. So it's asking me if this is the topology that I have. Currently, that is correct. I have this topology here with me. I have the physical devices. So let's start the configuration. As you can see here, it's really easy. Let's say that we are going to call this project webinar just for today. But remember that I mentioned that Ruijie has projects and sub-projects. So let's say webinar. I'm going to put here a really simple password just for demo purposes. And like I mentioned before, all the options that are going to be customized for you as a client are going to be scenario based. So let's say that if I click Office, I select Office, maybe I will have some more features of options to manage PoE capabilities. But if I go into Media or Home, those options are not going to be enabled, because maybe we're not going to have like a PoE cameras deployed inside the house. So let's go into the Office. That is one of the most complete scenarios that we have. These gateways are capable of do load balancing as well. You can have like a 1, 2, 3 ISPs, and you can select it. That is why this is showing me here the option dual ISP link. So I can configure the ports and put this device or convert this device into a load balancer. This is really useful. Let's say that you have a store and you have cameras over there, people is working, you need to do some kind of manual surveillance. Okay, there is no trouble. You can check the network, you can check the bandwidth consumption, even you can access it to an RBR over there. But what happens if one ISP goes down? The other is going to be up, and it's going to be up and running. So it's really nice that tiny devices have these, let's say, corporate features that other vendors have. You can even receive the internet via DHCP, PoE, static IP address. You can even receive internet as well with traffic tag. Let's say that you have another deployment, the provider is tagging the VLANs, you can also deploy it here. So let's go into next. I'm located these days in Colombia, so yeah, I'm going to select Colombia just to be compliant with the radio standards in here. This access point broadcasting 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, and I'm going to enter here the SSID that we want to assign just for this demo from today. Let's call it webinar. So I will use some kind of encryption. We even support WPA3. This is some kind of new, but I will stick with WPA2 pre-share key, and I will put the same password just for demo purposes. Okay, I just click on save, and it's delivering all this configuration in 30 seconds. As you are seeing, it didn't took more than 5 or 6 seconds just to deploy. Okay, there you go. So it succeeded. It did all the configuration in the background. It created an SSID called webinar. I have my password in here. I'm going to copy because I need now to connect it. This is not mandatory. You can do this configuration remotely. Let's say that you have personal remote in another location. They just need to do all the installation, run the cables, connect the devices, and put and provide internet access to the main gateway that is going to act as the master device in the topology, and then you can configure it via web. So it's not necessary to be on site to do this. So I'm going to just click here and connect, and I will select this SSID. As you can see here, it is showing, right? Webinar. That is the one that we created. And I'm going to join. I think that is going to be paused, or maybe the connection is going to be it's going to reconnect soon because I'm connected again. Okay, in this time, he did it automatically. So if we go back to the Ruijie application, now we're connecting, as you can see here, we are connected to webinar. That is the SSID that is deployed or just configured on the backpack. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, right now we have our topology is completely configured. This is really nice. It didn't take more than 5 seconds, or let's say 3 minutes stop. In order to configure this with other vendors or brands, you need to make the design, connect the cables, maybe do like a standalone configuration before connecting all the devices and joining or not onboarding to the network. This was really nice from this side. So let's talk about the scenario. Do you remember that we selected Office? Okay, it's configured right here. And it's giving me some kind of features, BYD, network planning, user management, CCTV. If I go into the villa or home scenario, this option is going to be removed because it's not popular, maybe to configure like a CCTV for a home. Okay, there are cases, but this is something really, really specific. But if we will go into basic, as you can see here, we can do a speed test just to take the connection. We can even factory reset all the devices remotely. It doesn't matter where you are located. You can just fire up your Ruijie application from your cell phone and do a factory reset. Maybe there is a case where you need to remove all the devices and start again, and just need to move it and to relocate it in another project for another client. This is really useful for integrators. Here in Wi-Fi list, as we are seeing here, we have all related to SSID. I can create several SSIDs, multiple SSID working in 2.5 and 5 gigahertz band. It's really nice. From this side, it can act as a bridge, as an add. We can also configure VLANs. We can also provide wireless moving Wi-Fi 7. These access points are capable of doing layer 2 and layer 2 roaming. If we go back, one of the interesting things that causes a lot of headaches and adds in the past on overhead to the deployer, to the integrator, or to the person that installed all the devices inside, was the report. You have to take pictures to copy and grab serial numbers and just run Word and start doing like a full report of the topology, the physical topology that was deployed there, even the logical topology. That is not a problem anymore because we have our report model. And if you are seeing here, it's really nice. It takes some time, but it's really quick. And it's scanning all the topology and all the information inside the topology, and we will put it into a Word report, to a doc report that can be customizable. So as you can see here, it's completed. It gives me the report time. It gives me some kind of contents menu, and it provides all the VLANs. If I have more VLAN configuration, all the settings that were deployed before. It gives me the description of the devices, the model, the type, the VLANs that I have configured there. Even it gives me the serial numbers, and it provides me a topology of the configuration and how it's logically connected to the internet. So you can share it on PDF or doc. You can even export it on PDF or PDF or even on doc file. So this is really nice because you can also edit it and just put here your name, your company, whatever you want. Display some kind of information, put your logo. So this is really nice because in the past it was like a headache to deliver this kind of report to the end customer, right? To the end user. So this is really nice. Another thing that we can go here, it is that in the advanced tab is the wireless intelligent optimization module. So let's say that you have like a 50 access points. So you need to go into each one of them, just go in and check in all the configuration to see how is the spectrum acting in those days, checking channel widths, maybe changing channels, adjusting power transmission. You don't need to worry about that anymore because you can schedule this model, this feature just to run every Sunday at 3 a.m. Let's say this is fully customizable. But what it's going to do, I'm not going to do it right now, but if I click start, it's going to disconnect me from the network for 1 minute, and it's going to scan all the spectrum in the air just to optimize the parameters in order to provide a better transmission and more coverage and optimize all the traffic that is going to happen between the devices, the clients, and the access point. This is really useful because you don't need to go manually like we used to do before in the days. This is really nice. It's a really nice feature from Ruijie, and it doesn't take like 1 minute. So let's say that you have 5 access points. That's something that you can do manually, analyze, do all the analysis manually. But in this day, if you have 100 access point deployed in a hotel, this is going to help you a lot because you can schedule it several times a week and it's going to run. So you are going to be sure that your Wi-Fi coverage and provide service is going to be optimized every day. Another full things that we have is the loop prevention. It's a feature. So let's say here it's enabled by default. These tiny switches, mostly for CCTV scenarios, is going to be something that is going to come really handy to the deployers because sometimes there are people running cables. There is a switch located on the third floor. It doesn't have some kind of label, so it's kind of really hard to identify it or to recognize. But let's say that somebody run another cable and connect it to a switch or connect to switches, or maybe a cable in the same switch. What is going to cause is going to cause a loop. So with this feature enabled, the loop prevention is going to give us like an alarm, and the port is going to be blocked. So the switch is going to continue operating well. The network is not going to be broken down. So really, really cool corporate features bring into the home or SMB scenarios. So one thing that is really nice is that even if you have that problem, we come with the augmented reality HUD. So as you can see here, it's really nice because I can go into the device projection and I will select the device that I need to monitor just to check. And using your camera, nowadays, all the cell phones and the devices have this feature, the augmented reality, you can see the switch here. So as you see in here, here is my switch here down there, is connected to the gateway. But if you see here on my screen, through the augmented reality, is putting here at is floating some kind of design here or projection of the switch. So it's telling me that in the port 1, I have connected the ERP 2260. In the other port is connected the gateway, the port 5. In the port 4 is connected the other access point, the wire access point. And what I'm going to do here is to cause a loop on purpose, because I have here this tiny cable, and I'm going to do it. And as you see in here, the port was shut down. And there is a LED blinking over there just to give to the users the information that is saying, okay, there is a loop. So you can always go and disconnect the cable. So if I go back into the module again, it's saying to me that in the port 3, there is a loop detected. So this is really nice, because imagine that you have a rack full of switches. There are a ton of cables. Each switch have 48 ports, and you cause a loop, or something cause a loop. You just need to open your shoot your augmented reality HUD, and it's going to locate the switch and say, hey, this is the switch, and this is the port that is causing the fault. So we're going just to disconnect it, just to remove the alert, but the network was working well. It didn't bring down all the network that in the old days. And we have some kind of PO extended. This is really nice. If we go here into the switch itself, there is like a long distance transmission. This is really useful for CCTV installators. So let's say that PoE supports 100 meters long, but if you have a camera that was deployed like 200 meters aside from the switch, we can always enable this long distance transmission. So let's say that I will here into the port number 3, and I click on save, and the port number 3 is going to be PoE extended. So that means that you can connect there a camera up to 205 meters, 50 meters, and it's going to be powered up and running. The throughput is going to be affected because we are using another capabilities and injecting more watts and power into the cable, but it's going to work really well. This feature maybe you will find in another vendors, but you need to assign this to all the ports. It's not some kind of granularity talking about these configurations on a tiny switch. We provide and Ruijie provided as well. So if we go here back, and we're going to see how that we have captive portals, we can do online and seamless updates. We also have in the advanced tab, we can configure the radius capabilities. We can limit devices per SSID, per access point, even per application. We also provide AI roaming, artificial intelligence roaming, with tie up to layer 2 and layer 3. We can also provide flow and app control, DHCP snooping. We even have a free DNS provided for Ruijie, so by Ruijie, so you can go over there and just use like a DDNS, a domain, in order to access to your infrastructure. We also provide capabilities of VPN, let's say client to site and site to site, using IPsec, PPTP, and OpenVPN. We have access lists, white and black access lists. We provide NAT traversal. This is really useful. Something that if you have like a public if you have like a private IP address connected to your gateway, and in that way the gateway is receiving the internet access, is an IP provided by another router, you are still going to be able to connect to the end devices from the internet. You don't need like a public IP access connecting it to the one port. It's not necessary. We can create users. We have SNMP control, SNMP service for the devices. If you have an SNMP server or SNMP tool scanning all the network, we can enable this feature on all the devices, and it's going to be on an inventory. And another cool feature is that we have access lists in these tiny switches and these tiny gateways. We provide also ARP spoofing capabilities. So that's all regarding the proof of concept. It was a little demonstration of the devices that I have here, so we can continue with the presentation. Just to wrap it up, Ruijie, that is our red line, is not the project that I have here today. This competes with Cisco, Hewlett Packard, Huawei, Rucos. It provides higher performance, rich enterprise features, enterprise core features. This is the red line that we call it internally. And today we were talking about the Ruijie that is more designed for tier 2 ISP, small and micro businesses, CCTV installers, and small and home offices. These compete directly with Ubiquiti, TP-Link, the Link, provide as well good performance, practical features. We have our proprietary protocol self-organizing network, and you are going to be surprised with the prices. If you go into one of our vendors or salesmen, you can compare our prices with all competitors. This is going to be really, really efficient prices. We have here our product family Ruijie, that we have base layer 3 switches. So we have chassis that you can insert blades over there. We have also layer 2 switches with a firmware update. They can become a layer 3 switches. Really, really convenient if you want routing protocols over there and VLANs and all that stuff. We have unmanaged switches. This one is really interesting because it's a tiny switch that is really cheap. You can connect it into the cloud. You cannot deploy their VLANs or do another kind of management, but at least you are going to see the switch up and running. So if something fails, the switch goes down because there is a power outage, you can still monitor the device through the cloud. We have these more advanced switches, the EC100, EC200 switches, PoE switches, fully capable PoE with PoE standard with up to 16 VLANs. They can be managed into the cloud as well. They have anti-loop features and all cool stuff that we can check later. We have a series of indoor access point, ceiling access point, wall access point. Some of them comes with a fiber port if you need to deploy it really kilometers away or miles away, you can do that. We have our series of wall access point. Remember that we are not going to lose with this couple of models, the PoE delivered. Let's say if you want to connect something that is powered by PoE, like a PoE, like a VoIP phone, really common in hotel rooms and maybe tiny offices. We have a series of outdoor access points. We have omnidirectional and sectoral access points. They are complying with IP68. It's really nice because no dust or water or humidity is going to come inside. So this assures that the connectivity is not going to be lost. They're going to operate normally, even in hard conditions. And some of them comes also with SFP ports, so you can deploy like a fiber optic cable miles away, and as long as you can power the access point remotely, you're going to be connected. You're going to have connectivity into the network. We have a series of wireless access bridge. They start from 500 meters, 1 kilometer, and 5 kilometers. They can work in a point-to-point mode or multi-point mode, supporting up to 4 devices in point-to-point mode. We have industrial switches as well. They come with IP68, no dust, no rain, nothing is going to get inside there. They have like a cool feature talking about electricity. They are designed with another quality of components. So this is mostly for outdoor and industrial environments, right? And we have our series of MBR routers with some kind of firewall features, not at all, but maybe IPS. We have it here. So they support up to 2,000 users, really configured. They can be managed into the cloud. Remember that all these devices can be managed into the cloud. And we have a series of Wi-Fi access point and routers. We have even a mesh routers for homes that can be deployed on the first, second, or third floor. They are not sold separately. They come in couples, but all of these devices can be connected into another new network just using the mesh button. It's really easy, really nice, really fast as well. Pretty convenient for home where families are big, or maybe you have like a big home or house. This is really nice. Then we go into the Ruijie family, that is the red line, more. Remember that is compared or it competes with Fortinet, Aruba, Extreme, Cisco. We have our series of switches, layer 3 switches, providing SFP ports, optical ports, Ethernet ports, up to 100 gigabytes, line cards. This is really interesting. They come in 18, 16, 24, up to 48 ports in one single line card. We have a series of wireless, of indoor access point, outdoor access point with IP60A as well, wall access point. We even provide and sell access controllers. If you don't want to use the Ruijie cloud, you can have like an access controller locally, so you can control all your network locally. If you don't have like an internet access as well, this is really handy in those days. And we are about to release our new firewalls. They are coming this year from the first quarter, and these firewalls are certified by Kaspersky, so they provide cool features. They have like an intelligent optimization for policies. So this is really nice, but this is for another kind of presentation because this is the red line. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you very much for your assistance. I will give like a 5 minutes for questions if you have, and if you didn't scan the code before in order to have the demo project, you can do it now. Remember that my name is Vladimir Ortega. I'm a pre-post sales engineer. If you have any new questions or if you have any doubts, you can always reach me out to my email. We are part from EPCOM, and we have like a big engineering team that are always willing to help you regarding these, regarding doubts, comments, or design, etc. So I will give like maybe 3 minutes to wait for people that maybe have question, and then we can wrap it up. Okay, seems like there are no any questions. So thank you very much again for your assistance. I know that there was like an space that you have from your busy schedule, but I hope you like it and you learned something new today. Remember that we are here in EPCOP, always willing to help you out. If you have question, issues, inquiries, any doubt, just please reach our team. And here I leave my email address. Remember that this webinar is going to be uploaded into our Epcom YouTube channel, so you can revisit it again, do all the configuration and the stuff. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.